Welcome to Cat Facts Funny. Today, we're not here to train cats, correct behavior, or fix problems. We're here to notice something quieter. Living with a cat often feels simple on the surface. Food, water, a warm place to sleep. And yet, many cat owners sense moments when something shifts. A cat who once stayed close begins to keep distance. Affection becomes shorter. Presence becomes lighter. Nothing dramatic happens. Just a subtle change that's hard to explain. Cats rarely communicate dissatisfaction through rebellion. They don't argue. They don't complain. They adjust. Behind that adjustment lives a set of unspoken rules. Rules shaped by instinct, safety, memory, and trust. Cats never explain these rules because, to them, they feel obvious. They assume we understand until we don't. This episode explores those quiet expectations. Not as commands, but as perspectives. Because once you begin to see the world the way a cat does, their behavior stops feeling mysterious. It starts feeling honest. Here are the 11 different aspects of feline expectation. The first understanding. Eyes mean different things. To humans, eye contact feels intimate. It signals attention, affection, connection. We are taught from childhood that looking into someone's eyes is respectful and warm. To a cat, prolonged eye contact carries a different meaning. In the animal world, a steady stare is rarely neutral. It can signal challenge, tension, or threat. Among cats, even those who share strong bonds, eye contact is brief. They glance. They blink. They look away. Peace is maintained through softness, not intensity. When a human locks eyes with a cat, even lovingly, the message can become confusing. The cat may tolerate it, but tolerance is not comfort. Some cats respond by moving away. Others stiffen. A few may gently correct the behavior with a paw, not in anger, but in communication. Cats are highly sensitive to visual signals. The difference between safety and tension can be measured in milliseconds of gaze. This is why the slow blink matters. A half close of the eyes, a pause, a gentle reopening. In feline language, this gesture says, "I am not a threat. I am calm in your presence." When a cat returns that slow blink, they are not copying you. They are accepting you. The second understanding. Choice is the foundation of trust. Affection feels like love to humans. Reaching out, picking up, pulling close. These actions are often instinctive expressions of care. Cats experience affection differently. To a cat, love is closely tied to choice. The ability to decide when, how, and for how long an interaction lasts is deeply connected to their sense of safety. When that choice is removed, even briefly, discomfort can replace warmth. This doesn't mean cats dislike affection. It means they value autonomy more than intensity. A cat who climbs onto your lap is offering something powerful. Not submission, but consent. They are saying, "I choose this moment with you." When humans consistently allow cats to initiate closeness, something shifts. The cat becomes more confident, more relaxed, more present. Affection grows not because it is demanded, but because it is trusted. Bonding doesn't happen when we catch cats. It happens when they return. The third understanding. Scent is home. Cats do not experience their environment the way humans do. While we rely heavily on sight, cats build emotional maps through scent. Every cheek rub, every body lean, every slow brush against furniture is intentional. Cats are marking familiarity. They are creating a network of safe signals throughout their territory. When humans clean aggressively, rearrange furniture frequently, or remove items saturated with a cat's scent, the home can suddenly feel unfamiliar. Not dangerous, but unsettled. To us, the space looks fresh. To the cat, something essential is missing. This doesn't mean living in disorder. It means understanding continuity, leaving one familiar item when introducing something new, allowing cats to reapply their scent in their own time. When cats rub, sniff, and circle after a change, they are not being fussy. They are restoring balance. The fourth understanding. Their voice exists for you. Adult cats rarely meow to each other. This sound evolved primarily as a bridge between cats and humans. Each meow carries intention. Cats subtly adjust pitch, rhythm, and volume based on what has worked before. Over time, they refine their communication, shaping it to human responses. When a cat meows and receives no acknowledgement, they don't assume disinterest. They experiment. Louder, softer, more frequent, or eventually silence. Acknowledging a cat's vocalization doesn't require understanding its meaning. It requires recognition, a glance, a word, a gentle tone. When cats feel heard, they feel secure. When their voice matters, their trust deepens. The fifth understanding: safety requires an exit. Cats are careful creatures by nature. Even in moments of relaxation, part of their awareness remains alert. Feeling trapped, physically or emotionally, disrupts that sense of safety. This is why cats often position themselves near doorways or elevated spaces. It's not avoidance, it's strategy. Knowing they can leave allows them to stay. When humans block exits, crowd corners, or restrain cats during affection, stress replaces calm. The cat may freeze, tolerate, or struggle, but none of these states build trust. Cats remain closest when escape remains possible. Freedom is what allows relaxation. The sixth understanding: touch is a conversation. Cats are neurologically sensitive. Their skin, muscles, and whiskers register stimulation quickly. What feels like gentle petting to a human can escalate into overload for a cat, especially when touch is prolonged, repetitive, or spread across the entire body. Most cats prefer focused contact: cheeks, chin, forehead. These areas carry scent glands and social significance. Other areas require familiarity and trust. When a cat's tail begins to flick, skin ripples, or ears rotate, the message isn't rejection. It's communication. Stopping before irritation builds teaches a cat that their signals matter. Over time, this respect leads to longer, calmer interactions. Touch is not about duration. It's about awareness. The seventh understanding: rest is not an invitation. A resting cat may look peaceful, available, inviting. To humans, this can feel like the perfect moment for affection. To a cat, rest is restoration. Sleep and quiet wakefulness are times when cats regulate stress, process sensory input, and maintain emotional balance. Interrupting these moments can feel intrusive, even if done gently. Cats remember who protects their peace. Those who allow rest to remain undisturbed often find their cats seeking them out later, when they are ready for connection. Respect creates return. The eighth understanding: body language speaks first. Cats communicate continuously through posture, movement, and expression. Vocalizations are secondary. A raised tail signals confidence. A tucked tail signals uncertainty. Slow movements indicate calm. Sudden tension signals alertness. Learning to read a cat is not about memorizing signals. It's about noticing patterns over time, pairing movements with context, understanding your individual cat's rhythms. When humans stop forcing interpretation and start observing, cats become remarkably clear. They are not subtle, they are precise. The ninth understanding: the litter box is vulnerability. For cats, using the litter box is a moment of exposure. Their awareness is heightened. Their defenses are lowered. Placement, cleanliness, scent, and privacy all matter. A box placed in a noisy or high-traffic area can cause hesitation. Strong fragrances can overwhelm. Infrequent cleaning can signal neglect of a vulnerable space. When litter habits change, it is rarely defiance. It is communication. Respecting this space is not about convenience. It is about dignity. The 10th understanding: routine is comfort. Cats thrive on predictability, not because they fear change, but because routine creates stability. Consistent feeding times, familiar resting spots, repeated daily rituals. These elements allow cats to relax into their environment. Sudden changes, even small ones, can create unease. New schedules, rearranged spaces, unfamiliar scents. Building gentle routines that include shared moments strengthens trust. Over time, these rituals become emotional anchors. Routine doesn't limit a cat, it reassures them. The 11th understanding: quiet is connection. Humans often feel compelled to fill silence. Cats do not. Sitting near you without touching, watching a window together, sharing space without interaction. These moments are not empty, they are bonding. Cats value presence without pressure. When they choose to exist near you quietly, they are expressing trust in its purest form. Silence is not distance, it is comfort. If you find yourself noticing your cat differently while listening, if this way of seeing feels familiar, you may enjoy the quiet explorations we share here at Cat Facts Funny. You're welcome to subscribe if you'd like more thoughtful insights into cat behavior, trust, and the subtle emotional world cats live in every day. Cats are not difficult. They are honest. They don't hide expectations. They live them. When we misunderstand, they don't punish. They adapt. When we listen, they respond not dramatically but consistently. They stay closer. They relax sooner. They choose us more often. And that choice, repeated quietly over time, is the deepest form of trust a cat can give. Thank you for being here.